Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another brand new Total Extreme Wrestling video. This is the penultimate episode, that's a big word, but this is a big one. The final week of TV before WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, which means it's the final week of TV ever in the save before we move on to TNA 2010. So it's going to be a big week. We've got the final 3 hours of Raw, thank God. But then we've also got to do NXT. We've got to do NXT UK prelude. There's a lot to do. So let's crack on and do it. Big week. Monday Night Raw this week kicks off with the United States champion. Oh, by the way, we're in the Manhattan Center tonight. Why not? Chat picked it in the end. I gave him three options. Madison Square Garden was one, and the other was actually the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. But we go into our roots. We're going back to our roots, to the Manhattan Center for the final Monday Night Raw of the save. So I thought, let's go to where the first ever one was. So that's where we are tonight, packed in. And we're going to open up with the United States champion. Keith Lee's there. We know he's going to be in action. His opponent is already in the ring. Jake Atlas. Brought him up for one night only. It'll all make sense in a minute. He is playing the jobber role tonight. He gets a jobber entrance. But before the match starts, MVP gets on the mic and says, listen, I have been informed by the United States champion over here that he's feeling generous tonight. He's feeling like he wants to defend his United States championship. And Jake Atlas, just guess, it's your lucky day. That's right. Keith Lee's putting the title on the line against Jake Atlas. That means the opening contest is for the United States Championship. Your winner. And, come on, still United States Champion Keith Lee. Did you really think I would ruin the WrestleMania match 7 days before? I nearly did. I changed it, luckily. Keith Lee defeats Jake Atlas. And the point of this, 6 minutes or so is what it got. But the point of this is that his dominance from Keith Lee. You can have Jake Atlas do a couple of high-flying spots, but this is basically an extended squash match. Keith Lee is completely dominant. And we're putting over this arrogant, merciless type character. Mercifulness? Don't know what the word is. From Keith Lee. He's a dominant, badass heel. And that's what we want to put over here. And he successfully defends the title. Afterwards, he continues to beat down Jake Atlas, which brings out Drew McIntyre, who runs him off. Keith Lee has a gimmick that's getting stale. Well, Keith Lee, I'm not going to press the thing, but you just made the list. The list of gimmicks getting stale. We'll change that for WrestleMania. Drew runs Keith Lee off for a 68. Not as good. Drew will be in action later tonight, but we'll get to that. Right, moving on. From there, we went to the tag team champions who are backstage looking for their opponents. They're looking for a fight, and they found one. Bryan and Ciampa are sat in the room, sort of similar to Ciampa and Thatcher in NXT right now, because I think that's quite cool. That was a Stuart Irvine special, so well done to Stu. Bryan and Ciampa are happy to fight too. A brawl breaks out between the two tag teams. It gets split up by referees, but these two, they're not waiting until WrestleMania. More on that later. Right. In-ring competition here and a win for Shayna Baszler in a 77 against Ember Moon. Really good. And I feel sad about this, and I'm going to say this on the video too. I feel sad that Shayna Baszler is not in a major featured match at WrestleMania, considering the work we've done with her in this save. But you can't push everyone at the end, and Shayna had a lot of time at the top. Unfortunately, WrestleMania is not it. But she will be involved because we are going to be doing a women's battle royal. Now, I'm not going to call it the Mae Young one. I'm not going to call it the Fabulous Moolah. I'm going to have to come up with a new name, and I think it needs to be one name in particular. Screw Triple H. It is the China, but no, we'll see. 77. Good stuff from Shayna Baszler, actually. I'm actually impressed again. Why am I surprised? Shayna Baszler never lets you down. Afterwards, she got a promo for 70. Again, as I say, never lets you down. Moving on, because I'll get sad. Christian Cage is with the Hurt Business and the challengers. That's Daniel Bryan and Tommaso Ciampa. And Christian says, you guys obviously want to fight tonight. You guys don't want to wait till WrestleMania. You know what? I agree. And that looks like we're about to get a tag team match when Christian says, but in singles competition. Because tonight, we're going to see Damian Priest versus Daniel Bryan. We're going to see Bobby Lashley versus Tommaso Ciampa. 76 for a good segment. Okay, AJ Styles got a promo on Aleister Black for 67. They're both part of the main event tonight. AJ teams with Andrade against Braun Strowman and Aleister Black. Big main event. 67, not a good promo though from AJ. Not his best work. Right, Sami Zayn defeated Xavier Woods for 58 and Xavier Woods suffered an injury. I don't know what it is about getting close to WrestleMania, but we're getting an injury on every show it feels like right now. Chronic lower back pain. Chronic, so you know it's bad. Ridiculous. Sami Zayn gets the win. I'm moving on because that's not good. Not good. Cheers, Billy. Sami Zayn could have backstage promo for 71. He will be part of the Battle Royal. Daniel Bryan could have promo on Damian Priest for 67. Promo's not working tonight in the Manhattan Center. It's not a promo heavy show tonight. It doesn't like it, but the in-ring stuff does. That bodes well for the main event potentially. Priest and Bryan then got a 79. What a great match. And as you can see, a bit of difference. We put over Damian Priest. Damian Priest defeats Daniel Bryan cleanly. I would imagine Bryan would have no issue with it, and he didn't. Bryan 78. 70 from Priest, and a win for Priest. The biggest win of his career in a lot of ways. He may be Raw Tag Team Champion, but he's beaten a 4-time WWE Champion here, and he's done it cleanly. Well done, Damian Priest. Big moment. 79. Really good stuff. Keith Lee got a promo on Drew for 67 to continue their feud. Not great again. Promos, for some reason, not working. And then there was a Miz. Wow. Sorry, I just saw the segment rating. That's the highest rated segment we've had all save. Miz TV with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair for a 97. Wow. Wow. Brilliant stuff. Miz is going to be the cocky heel, not cocky, but the obnoxious heel that you just hate. But this is about Becky and this is about Charlotte and this is about getting into their minds. Because on Sunday, it's such a high pressure match. Yes, it's WrestleMania. Yes, it's for the Raw Women's Championship. Yes, Becky won the Rumble. But it's so much more than that because on Sunday, two former best friends turned bitter enemies go one-on-one on the biggest stage of them all. One of them will walk away as the top dog and as Raw Women's Champion. The other one walks away empty-handed and completely finished, completely done, leaving the WWE. I can't remember if we said WWE or Raw, but either way, leaving, and he's out of the picture. So I want to know what these two are feeling. Becky sort of shows a little bit of emotion here, shows that, you know what? I know it's a big moment. And I just want to say that if, and this is the smallest possibility, but I'll acknowledge it, if it goes wrong on Sunday, I want to thank all of you fans out there that have supported me and taken me from the underappreciated to the very top. While Charlotte Flair feels the opposite. Charlotte Flair is super, uber confident, or at least that's what she's showing. Deep down, you would think she's not. But this is Charlotte Flair. She shows her heel side. And I want to get the emotions across with these two. The segment does end with Charlotte Flair nailing a big boot to Becky Lynch and hitting, natural disaster DDT through a table or something. Flair stands tall. But this is about emotion. This is about friends turned enemies, turned title rivals, turned potentially career ending. 97. For the people that said Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, don't do it. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Okay, Bobby Lashley got a promo on Tommaso Ciampa for 72. He says, you saw what my partner did earlier tonight. You saw how my partner destroyed your partner. Do you think it's going to be any different? I am the almighty Bobby Lashley. I have been world champion. I have been United States champion. I am currently tag team champion. You have been champion of a rinky-dink developmental company. Come on. Do they not know I'm streaming here? God, this is just getting ridiculous. Right, carry on. The match itself, though, got an 80. This is pretty good. In fact, it's very good. Both men 71, but an 80 rated match. And as you can see, Tommaso Ciampa pulls off the upset, the surprise cradle and the pin in an 80 rated match for Tommaso Ciampa, who beats Bobby Lashley. Momentum sort of shared. Priest got a big win. Ciampa got a big win. The younger stars getting pushed. Oh, look at that. Wonder how that happened. WrestleMania is going to be interesting for these two teams. I really think they're going to have a barnstormer. but there's a lot of other great matches. Will this steal the show? We'll find out on Sunday. Right, Braun Strowman got a promo on Andrade for 73, and then we went to a before the show segment. We sort of said earlier today, Drew McIntyre had arrived. Christian had said, look, you've got the night off, but Drew said that's not good enough. I need to be in my tip-top shape, and the only way to do that is to beat one of the very best. And Christian says, fine, you want a match? Find your opponent and you've got it. Drew McIntyre went walking into the locker room and he said, you will be my opponent. Cesaro. He calls out Cesaro. He says, you are one of the very best in his locker room. And if I am going to beat Keith Lee on Sunday, I need to beat the very best tonight. Beat one of the very best anyway. Cesaro is that man. Drew McIntyre versus Cesaro gets us a 81. Good match again. The matches are killing it tonight. 78 Drew, 71 Cesaro, 81. Fantastic. 19 minutes. Bish, bash, bosh. Really good. Really good. No complaints. And Drew stands tall going into WrestleMania when he takes on Keith Lee. Keith Lee comes running out. 69. The angle's not working. Great. Keith Lee comes running out and teases the big brawl. Teases getting in the ring. Then backs away and says, no, I'll do it on my time. 69, fine. Right, let's move on to the main event then. The main event should be very good. It's a tag match to end it. It's a tag match and it gets us an 83. Okay, so it is very good. It is a good match. Andrade and AJ Styles both put in 82 and 81. 79 from Aleister Black, the weakest, which is interesting. 83 from Braun Strowman, the best. Very interesting. But as you can see, it ends with Andrade intentionally getting disqualified when fighting Braun Strowman. He takes a steel chair. He knows he can't beat Braun Strowman throughout the match. Constantly, it feels like he cannot beat this monster. So he takes a steel chair and decides to soften him up ahead of WrestleMania when these two go one-on-one in a steel cage. They fight up the ramp and leave us. That leaves AJ and Aleister Black, and AJ takes the steel chair and destroys Aleister Black with chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. He hits a Styles Clash on the chair and then puts his foot on Aleister Black's chest, holds the WWE Championship high, and the last scene we see from the Monday Night Raw brand going into WrestleMania is AJ Styles standing atop of Aleister Black as your champion for an 88 rated segment. Very good. That gives us an 85 rated Monday Night Raw. Wow. That 97 is a massive boost, by the way. But an 85 rated Raw, I believe that's our joint best Monday Night Raw. The final one. You couldn't write it. Right, the most mental main event you're ever going to see. Thank you very much, chat. We're going to end one of the best shows we've ever done, apparently, in the right way. Yep. You can read Roman Reigns, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne there. Yes, that's not a typo. That's actually happening. Roman Reigns comes out and says this is his show. This is his main event because he is the main event of this company. This is his show. And you know what? 4 days before WrestleMania, I want a challenge. I want this show to be the show. The show. I want a challenger. And so out comes Tyler Bate, who smiles on the apron on the stage. But that's not all, because the music of Pete Dunne hits. Wherever Tyler Bate goes, Pete Dunne must be. And yeah, we're going to do a triple threat. Why not? That's not the crazy. Well, it's one of the craziest, but not the craziest. 77 for the segment. And then we went to this. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Volta beats The Big Show in 7 minutes 30. On the main event of main event, or not the main event, the opener of main event, the Golden Bomb, 65. Volta outperformed him as well. Legend. You want to go to AEW, do you? Have a chop for that. 65. It's mental. This show's mental. Big E got a promo on Bray Wyatt, hyping up the WrestleMania main event. And then we did Bayley versus Kacy Catanzaro. That was what the chat wanted. We needed an opponent for Bayley. Casey's the woman. 66 from Bayley. Kacy 34. Win for Bayley. Mental. Mojo Rawley cut a promo on Mansoor. That's right. People, long time people in the chat know I'm going to give something back here. Mojo Rawley's in a match against Mansoor on main event, and he wins. hold the presses. Mojo Rawley wins a match. He defeats Mansoor by submission as well. 43. Mental. Right, we're going to do a Pete Dunne promo for 70. And that means it's time for the main event. I can't believe we're doing it. Triple threat. Roman Reigns, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. Gets us a 70. 100 in our hearts. Pete Dunne has a gimmick getting stale. That's going to need changing. Roman Reigns defeats Tyler Bate. Defeats Pete Dunne. Well, he pins Bate. Dunne doesn't get pinned. Spear. Roman Reigns wins. This is his goddamn show. He is the big dog. The head of the table. The tribal chief. And the main event. Gets us a 70 rated main event. This is mental. Just get out of here. We're going to get arrested. Get out of here. The go-home show for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver comes from Full Sail University. It's 56 rated segment to kick us off. So it's not gone well. Kevin Owens is out there. He's calling out to Finn Balor. Not calling out, but he's speaking about Finn Balor. When out comes Zach Gibson and James Drake, the grizzled, sorry, there we go, young veterans. And they say, look, you're not even meant to be here. You've done here. You've come back down, what, because you couldn't do it up there. You couldn't beat Big E. You couldn't be Universal Champion. You want to come down here and steal my spot. The soon to be NXT champion, Zach Gibson. Gibson says that's not happening. Gibson says tonight I will beat you. And the match is made for the opener, KO versus ZG. Sure. 73 though, really good match. KO 70, Zach Gibson 65, hanging in there with Kevin Owens, which is really good. The pop-up powerbomb does the business for KO. Good stuff. Moving on. Weird segment here, you could say, in a lot of ways. All will be revealed. Dominik Dijakovic and Bronson Reed, the big beefy boys, are invited into the office of William Regal, who says, look, I've got some news for you. You're going to want to hear this. I've got an opportunity. The door shuts. We don't know what the opportunity is. But the big beefy boys are in the office. Right, the Broserweights were in action against Gargano and Loomis for a 76, and Johnny Gargano has pinned Matt Riddle with a Hurt Donut. Does it? Interference from Cameron Grimes does the business. 77 from Riddle, 81 from Pete Dunne, but look at that from Johnny Gargano, and 87. And that explains why the next segment happens. 76 for the match, and then it's announced by Cameron Grimes that representing him this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver in the Fatal 4-Way for the North American Championship is Johnny Takeover himself, Johnny Gargano. He's been paid. He will be representing Cameron Grimes in the title match. 70. You think I'm going to go a takeover and not use Johnny Gargano? Come on. Sorry, Cameron, but come on. Tegan Nox got a win over Indy Hartwell for a 51. This is really good, actually. Tegan Nox 54, carrying Indy Hartwell to a good match. 10 minutes. Tegan wins. She's looking strong going into TakeOver. That's the theme of the night. We're getting these guys wins. Kevin Owens cut a promo on Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens says, I guarantee. This is not a prediction. This is not a spoiler. Sorry, it's not a prediction. This is a spoiler, as Paul Heyman would say. Finn Balor will feel the stunner tonight. 68. Kevin Owens making it clear what he is about for the rest of the night. Okay, Crazy Mary Dobson got a win over Deonna Purrazzo. We saw Tegan Nox get a win earlier. Crazy Mary Dobson does too. It's going to be Crazy Mary Dobson versus Tegan Nox for the NXT Women's Championship on Saturday. Should be very, very interesting. Right, Pentagon Jr. got a win over Roderick Strong for an 82. This is brilliant. This potentially should have main evented that perhaps, but Penta gets the win over Roderick Strong. Top rope styles clash. He needs to stop that. He is killing people. Penta, come on. You've got a mask on. You can't even always see. I mean, honestly. Moving on. Good match. Good win for Pentagon Jr. He is a big threat on Saturday. Big threat. Dominik Dijakovic and Bronson Reed leave William Regal's office. They're leaving the locker room. They've got their stuff with them. They are asked about what the news was. They don't answer. They cannot answer. And with the camera pans down to the bag leaving, and you can just see maybe a hint of blue in that bag. The North defeated Breezango for 72. Good stuff here. Ethan Page defeating Tyler Breeze with a spinning facebuster. Fandango was the weak link. Josh Alexander carried the match though with a 73. The North are very good. The North are very, very good. Okay, Balor cut a promo on Kevin Owens for 70s. He's sort of looking over his shoulder a lot. He's looking nervous, but he says Kevin Owens better stay out of his way for a 70. The main event then is Finn Balor in the main event. Let's see how we get on. It's Balor against Kushida for a 73. Not quite as good as Penta and Roderick Strong, but it's okay. 81 from Balor, 63 from Kushida. They have great chemistry, and it showed with the 1916. I thought they had bad chemistry before, but it turned out it's changed or something. I don't know. Balor beats Kushida. Good stuff after the match. Out comes Kevin Owens, but Balor saw it coming. The Undisputed Era saw it coming, and a 401 beatdown leaves Kevin Owens lane. Balor stands tall, and this Sunday, Balor and Owens are going to go to war for the NXT title again. That gives us a 76 rated NXT. That's not bad, is it? We've had an all-time Raw. We've had a bizarre main event. We've had a pretty good NXT, potentially an all-time NXT, actually. NXT UK Prelude. Oh, let's end the weekly TV with some great shows. That's what we're doing so far. Okay, NXT UK Prelude, a big show, the biggest hour of NXT UK. We're going to do it all save, I'll tell you this now. Opens up with the NXT UK Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray, doing a backstage promo. Backstage promo for a 55. This is pretty good. Not too bad at all. Sorry, I really feel like this needs to be a big show, so I'm hoping it will be. This is our goodbye to NXT UK. This is huge. Xia Brookside, again, gets promo time as well. We're going to give everyone promo time that's involved in the matches. Only 3 matches tonight, but the first one is for your NXT United Kingdom Women's Championship. Kaylee Ray has been the champion the entire save. She's beaten everyone who stood in her way. She has been the NXT UK Women's Division, but one woman's been there from the start, clawing and finding her way. She's had some losses. She's had some disappointments, but she's always picked herself up. She's got a famous last name, but she doesn't want to be destined by it. She wants to be destined by who she is. She's got a title shot tonight. She's got a big shot. Right, here we go. Your match is for the NXT Women's Championship. Your winner and new NXT United Kingdom Women's Champion, Xia Brookside. The reign is over. Kaylee Ray's reign is over, and Xia Brookside is your champion. Quick cradle. We're going to do a quick roll-up. She steals a win in a lot of ways. Doesn't cheat, but she steals a win in a lot of ways. 38 from Kaylee Ray. 39 from Xia Brookside, who outperformed Kaylee Ray. That's amazing. And we've put her over. 36 is fine. It's the NXT UK Women's Division, but I'm so pleased to get to do this in the end. We ended the title reign, but it had to come to an end at some point. In terms of future booking, I can now mention this at this point. We'll do this with the pay-per-view at the weekend. This is the last show of NXT UK we're going to book. Where I would going forward from this is Kaylee Ray. This sparks a heel turn for Kaylee Ray. She's been a babyface for most of the save. This sparks a heel turn where she's jealous. She can't believe she's lost. She doesn't believe she should have lost to someone like Xia Brookside. Let this spark a heel turn, and that's where we would be going. But of course, the save's not continuing. But Xia Brookside ends this save as NXT UK Women's Champion. But there are still 2 more title matches tonight. Let's see what happens going forward. Mustache Mountain reunite tonight for one night only, potentially. If they win the titles, who knows? Because they're taking on the Prestige, the tag team champions. It's going to be interesting. 47 for their promo, Prestige promo for 50. So it's for the tag team titles. The Prestige have come in and done well. Joe Hendry's come in and done well. Eddie Dennis has got a new lease of life. But this is Mustache Mountain. This is their brand. This is the NXT UK. This is Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Surely there's one way this is going, right? Surely. The next match is for the NXT UK tag team titles. Your winners. And still NXT UK tag team champions, the Prestige. It just wouldn't have been right to take the titles off them right now. I tell you now, they're illegally using the ropes for leverage. They cheated to win, and a good match for 55. 60 from Trent Seven, 67 from Tyler Bate, 52 and 54 for the heels. Beating Mustache Mountain will do a hell of a lot for the Prestige, and they go forward as a top tag team in NXT UK. I'm pleased with that. Very pleased. Right, let's get to the big stuff. Let's get to the big man himself. Volta, the NXT UK champion. He's been champion for 3 years, people. 3 years. Amazing run. He's taken on the Ojmo, who he brought in from Progress Wrestling, and we've bumped him up the card. He got some big wins. He's beaten Chris Brooks. He's beaten Tyler Bate. But Volta is in a league of his own. Volta is in a league of his own. Remember that. 60 for Volta's promo. 66 for the Ojmo's promo. I don't think I need to big this up anymore. This is NXT UK at its core. This is for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Volta defends against the Ojmo. Your winner. And new NXT United Kingdom champion, the Ojmo. We've pulled the trigger on him and it got a 72. That is the best NXT UK match we've ever done, and it's the final one. You can't write that. That is incredible. 66 from Volta, 61 from the Ojmo. We said he was a level below. Could he perform at Volta's level? Well, have some of that. Wow. Wow, I'm losing my voice. It was that good. Amazing, amazing match. The Ojmo wins the championship. I've got boos in the chat. I had to pull the trigger. And if I was ever, I mean, this is the final time we could have ever had Volta drop the title. I was going to do it. 72 gives us a 64 rated NXT UK. It's not our best ever, but that match certainly is. It is the most historic. NXT UK. I've had fun booking NXT UK, weirdly. Raw, not so much. NXT UK, I have had fun. Thank you very much. Whew, I can't believe I've done that. Oh, the chat aren't happy. The chat will not be happy. Okay, the final Smackdown before WrestleMania kicks off with JBL and Montez Ford for a 64 rated segment. And it's announced that the Smackdown Tag Team title match at WrestleMania is cancelled. Angelo Dawkins is injured. He will not be back for WrestleMania. I read it wrong last week. Brilliant. So JBL says, look, I'm sorry to say this, but it's cancelled. But I'm going to give you an opportunity tonight. It's going to be Montez Ford versus Big E in the main event. It's also going to be a fatal four-way tag team match. 4 teams. One of them wins and gets the title shot at WrestleMania. So let's see what happens. 64, fine. Moving on. Seth Rollins beat R-Truth for 70. This is really good. 75 from Seth, 50 for R-Truth. Both men are going to probably be involved in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania, so Seth gets a win. Moving on. Again. We went backstage to Montez Ford, who's approached by Mark Henry for a 67 rated segment. Mark Henry says, listen, if anybody knows about how one night can change your life, how one match, one opportunity can change your whole career, it's me. So you go out there and you prove how good you are and you take that one opportunity. We're going to big this up really as Montez Ford's biggest match of his career. Let's see what happens in the main event. Okay, we did a match between Deville and Belair here for a 70. Really good match. 71 for Deville, 56 for Belair. And the reason this match happened, a win for the champion. And afterwards, yeah, we did an injury angle. Belair is taken out on a stretcher after an absolute dominant attack from Deville, which means Belair is out. And that means there's just got to be 6 people involved in that title ladder match at WrestleMania. That's why we've done that. That is why. Okay, Roman Reigns beat Otis for a 78. 82 from the big dog, the head of the table. You know, he's been a hell of a main event guy, but on SmackDown is where he's showing his big stuff there. 78, pretty good. Yeah, that's right. I've skipped onto it quickly, but you are reading that correctly. Dominic Dijakovic and Bronson Reed. 3 teams are already out there. Sheamus and Corbin. You've got Rude and Ziggler. You've got Jeff Hardy and Chad Gable, Alpha Enigma. But the 4th team make their entrance. And it's the big, beefy boys. The former NXT Tag Team Champions are here on SmackDown. They're in a big opportunity. This is the opportunity that William Regal was talking about. Dijakovic and Reed are in. And they win. 69 rated matchup. The best of the lot was Jeff Hardy, I think, with a 69 there. 62 for Chad Gable. Interesting that Reed and Dijakovic put in decent performances and they win. That's right. It's big beefy boys versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. That wasn't planned, but the chat, I'm sure, are very, very happy. 70 rated segment post-match where the Usos attack the new challengers in the the aisleway, but it doesn't work because these are big beefy boys. Super kick, no sell. Dijakovic and Bronson Reed, no sell the moves, meaning the Usos back off. He's going to need something bigger than that at WrestleMania. Bigger than that. Okay, Roman Reigns cut a promo on Ricochet for 68 before Ricochet took on Randy Orton for an 83. What a match. What a match. 86 from Ricochet, 81 from Randy Orton. Ricochet gets the win. This could have main evented, but the Universal Champion is in action, so that's got to be the main event. Ricochet, yeah, really good stuff. Standing, shooting star press. RKO out of there. He's done. He is done. But post-match, as Ricochet celebrating on the screen comes Roman Reigns, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, and they've got Mustafa Ali, Ricochet's high-flying ring worker's partner. So, yeah, the Bloodline destroy Mr. Mustafa Ali here. Ricochet does run to the back, but it's too late. Mustafa Ali is down, he's bloody, he's out. Roman Reigns sending a message to Ricochet through one of his best friends ahead of WrestleMania and that Intercontinental Championship match. Big time. Right. There's your main event then for an 81. Big E does defeat Montez Ford, but Montez Ford puts in one hell of a showing. He shows exactly what he's about. He pushes the Universal Champion right to the very limit, but Big E gets the win. 81. He's celebrating, but he's not quite done because here comes Bray Wyatt. That's right, the Fiend makes his entrance. He chokes out Big E once again. He holds the championship high. We end SmackDown going into WrestleMania with the possibility, the thought that the Fiend may just reclaim his throne at the biggest show of them all. 84. Good stuff. Gives us a 81 rated SmackDown. Not the best we've ever done, but not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's been a good week as well. It's really been a good final week of TV. And that's your week then, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of it. That's the end of NXT UK, which is a big shame. I've actually enjoyed booking it in the end, weirdly enough. And we have a new NXT UK champion to end it. A big result. Comment section are not going to be happy. I can feel it already. But we've done it. We've done it. It was the final SmackDown, which I think, on the basis of it, was probably the A show of the TV shows we've done. We will actually go back, and I'm going to do a sort of follow-up video looking back at the database, looking back at the saves. So we'll look back in to see what the top show was. It probably wasn't Raw, even though I think Raw had the best rating in the end due to the big ratings towards the end of the save. So, bit odd one. But we're coming up on a big pay-per-view. That's right, the biggest pay-per-view, the one we've been building to all year long, the final finale, goodbye to the save, WrestleMania. That drops on the channel this Sunday, so do not miss it. However, if you want to watch it live, I will be live with WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver on the Twitch channel tomorrow night, English time, UK time, at about 6:30 p.m. I will be live with that. If not, it will be on the channel on Sunday. So make sure you're liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, all the good stuff. And yeah, see you Sunday for WrestleMania. Macho Man, are you excited for WrestleMania?
Oh, yeah!
Peace.